Next is the radiation. How the energy is transferred through the radiation. Just like the conduction and convection, the radiation is also the method of the transfer of the heat. But in the conduction, we thought that the conduction only takes place in the solid and the convection takes place in the liquid and the gases, means that in the fluid. But the radiation is basically the mode of transfer of the heat that only takes place in the vacuum. Vacuum is basically the empty space where here is nothing. Because the radiation is basically in the form of the infrared radiation, that is the part of electromagnetic spectrum, and it is emitted by all hot objects. When these are emitted by all the hot objects, and these are also the electromagnetic radiation, it means that these radiation do not require any medium for their propagation. They can travel in the vacuum. You can see the sunlight that is reaching from sun to the earth. It also comes in the form of the radiation. This radiation is basically the thermal radiation. Similarly, the heat energy that is coming from fire to your hands, it is also in the form of radiation. So I can simply say that the radiation is the method of the transfer of the heat energy that is taking place in the vacuum where there is nothing. Because you know all about the electromagnetic radiation, they moves in the vacuum, they do not require any medium for their propagation. And the speed of this radiation is basically equals to the speed of light, which is 3 times 10 per 8 meters per second. You can see here, the third method of the heat transfer is the radiation, which can take place in the vacuum. Heat from the sun reaches us through the radiation. Thermal radiation is the infrared radiation emitted by all hot objects, and it is the part of the electromagnetic radiation. Thermal radiation doesn't require any medium to transfer thermal energy because these are the electromagnetic radiation. That's why they do not require any medium to transfer the thermal energy. In the same way, the solar energy from the sun is reached on the earth, and the heat energy from the fire is conveyed to your hands. The sun energy that is coming from the sun to the earth and the heat energy that is transferred from the fire to your hands, it is also in the form of radiation. An experiment to show that which type of the surface is the best emitter of the infrared radiation. This is basically the experiment to show that which surface emits most of the infrared radiation. This is the experimental setup. In this figure you can see here I consider a metal cube, and this metal cube is filled with the boiled water. The water is hot, means that it's the boiled water. The vertical sides of this cube is painted with different color, such as the one side of the cube is white, the other side is the silver, third side is the matte black, and the fourth side of this cube is the shining black surface. All of these sides are painted with the different colors, so all of these sides are basically the different surfaces. What you have to do here, after that you need to take the detector and place the detector at a fixed distance from the cube. Let's say I place the detector at this position. The detector is basically the thermocouple. When you place the detector at the equal distance from the cube, after that you need to rotate the cube so that each side of the cube faces towards the detector. First of all, consider the white surface here and face the white surface of the cube towards the detector. At the same time, note the reading of the meter. After that, you need to consider here the silver surface. Face the silver surface of the cube towards the detector and note down the meter readings. And then do the same for the shining black and the matte surface. Face these surfaces towards the detector and accordingly find out the meter reading. When you find out the meter reading, you need to record the result. You can see here the experimental procedure. Imagine a metal cube with the 4 different painted surfaces on its vertical sides, such as the white, silver, shining black and the matte black. Boiling water is placed within the cube and the heat detector means that the thermopile is positioned at the constant distance from it. Means that the distance of the thermopile at the detector from the cube remains same, and you just need to rotate the cube so that the different surfaces faces the detector. The cube is rotated to face each side of it to the heat detector and the meter reading is recorded. When you record the meter reading, after that you need to see the results. Let's see the results of this experiment. In this figure you can see the meter reading. The silver shows the lowest, means that the rate of the emission of the radiation from the silver color is smallest, means that the emission of the thermal radiation from the silver surface is smaller, and after that the largest radiations are emitted by the white surface, and then the shiny black, and after that the matte surface. The matte black surface emits the largest amount of the radiation. It means that the matte black is the best emitter of the heat radiation, while the silver surface is the bad emitter of the heat radiation. You can see here the results of this experiment. The good emitters of the heat radiation are the matte black surfaces, while the worst emitters are the silver surfaces. Between both of these, here is the white and the shiny black. The white surface has the more rate of the thermal emission as compared to the silver, and the shiny black has the smaller rate of the thermal emission of the radiation as compared to the matte black surface. So I can simply say that it's given the order of the emission of the thermal radiation. Here is the exam question that appeared in June. A student set up the 4 cans. Each can contains the same mass of the water at 90 degrees C. The cans are identical except for the outer surfaces. Which can will cools down the faster? Let's see the answers. Answer A, dull and black surface. B, dull white surface. C, shiny black surface. D, shiny white surface. So first of all we have to see the surface which cools down at the faster rate. So first of all let's talk about the nature of the surface. If you see the shiny surface is basically the best reflector of the thermal radiation. It means that it emits or it reflects most of the radiation. Similar to the white surface, it is the good reflector of the all visible range of the frequency, means that it emits most of the radiation. It means that the combination of the shining and the white surface is the good reflector of the radiation. After that the black surface. The black surface is the good absorber and the good emitter of the thermal radiation, means that if you heat the black surface, it absorbs all of the thermal radiation. So I can simply say that the black surfaces are the best absorber of the thermal radiation. At the end here is the dull surface. The dull surface is the bad reflector. According to that, answer A is correct. Let's see the answer and explanation. Answer A is correct. Shiny surfaces are the good reflector and the white surfaces reflect all the frequency range. The combination of these two will make a good reflecting surface. When you combine the shiny surface and the white surface, both of these combine to give a good reflecting surface. Dull surfaces are the bad reflector and black surfaces absorb both the visible light and the infrared. The combination of these two will make a bad reflecting surface. The dull black surfaces is the better absorber. The black surfaces are also the good absorber of the heat radiation once these are heated. So in this way, according to that, the correct answer is A. Let's go back and see the answer A. In the answer A, it's given that the dull black surface, it cools down at the faster rate. That's why the correct answer is A. An experiment to show that which type of the radiation is the best absorber of the infrared radiation. So which one of the following surface is basically the best absorber of the radiation? Means that absorbed most of the infrared radiation. So you have to demonstrate the experiment. You can see here the experimental setup. This experiment consists of the two surfaces, means that the two plates. There are also the two thermometers and the radiant heater. The radiant heaters, when turned on, it emits the thermal radiation, and the thermometer here are used to measure the temperature. The plates that are placed here at the equal distance from the radiant heater, these are basically made up of the different surfaces. One plate is the matte black, while the other plate is the white. So what happens when you turn on the radiant heater? One thing that you need to note here is that the plates are placed at the equal distance from the radiant heater, means that the distance of the plates from the radiant heater is same. What will happen when you turn on the radiant heater? When you turn on the heater, the thermal radiations are emitted and these radiations are travel towards the plates. When they reaches the plate, the temperature of the plates changes, means that here are the thermometer that are showing the temperature. Initially, when you turn on the heater, the temperature shown by both of these thermometers are same. After some time, the temperature changes, means that the thermometer that is attached with the matte black surface, it shows the large rise in temperature as compared to the white surface. It is because of the reason the most of the radiation are absorbed by the matte black surface, means that the matte black is the best absorber of the thermal radiation. That's why when most of the radiation are absorbed by the matte black plate, the temperature rise of the thermometer that is attached with the matte black plate is larger as compared to the thermometer that is attached with the white plate. So in this way you can easily observe that which surface is the best absorber of the infrared radiation. Let's see the procedure for this experiment. The apparatus contains the two thermometers, a heater and two different surfaces. Two thermometers are used to take the readings of the temperature. At an equal distance from the radiant heater, the two metal plates are positioned. The radiant heater was then turned on, and at the regular interval of the time, the temperature of both of these thermometers were recorded. Initial thermometer readings are identical. However, after 30 seconds, the thermometer on the matte black surface registers a greater temperature than the thermometer on the silver surface. It means that the temperature of the matte black surface keeps rising more quickly as compared to the silver surfaces. That's why the matte black surfaces are the best absorber of the thermal radiation. Let's see the result of this experiment. It's concluded that the good absorber of the heat radiation are the matte black surfaces, while the worst absorber are the silver surfaces. It means that if the radiation falls on the matte black surface and the silver surfaces, then most of the radiations are absorbed by the matte black surface as compared to the silver surface, because the matte black surface is the best absorber of the heat radiation. Dependence of the emission of the thermal radiation. On which factor the rate of emission of the thermal radiation depend? Let's say I want to increase the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation. How can I increase? So the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation is affected by the four factors. One is the temperature of the surface area of the object. Next is the color of the surface, means that the surface color of the object, and the last one is the texture of the surface. All of these factors are basically affect the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation. You can see here the factor that can affect the emission of the thermal radiation. The amount of the thermal radiations that an object emits is influenced by the number of the factor. One is the surface temperature, second one is the surface area of the object, third is the surface color of the object, and the fourth is the texture of the surface. So all of these factors affect the rate of the thermal radiation emitted by the object. Let's discuss all of these one by one. First of all, consider the effect of the temperature. What happens when the temperature increases and what happens when the temperature decreases? So first of all, here I consider any object. The temperature of this object is T1, while the temperature of the surrounding is T2. I suppose that the temperature of this object is larger than the surrounding, means that T1 is greater than T2. Then what will happen? When the temperature of the object is larger than the surrounding, it means that there will be the transfer of the thermal energy. Because you know that when the two things are at a different temperature, the transfer of the thermal energy takes place. Otherwise, if both of these are at the same temperature, no transfer of the thermal radiation takes place. The object that is at higher temperature, it emits the thermal radiation, and the object which is at the lower temperature, it absorbs most of the thermal radiation. It means that if the temperature of the object is larger than the surrounding, most of the thermal radiation is emitted by this object. So that the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation is larger as compared to the rate of absorption of the thermal radiation when the temperature of the object is larger than the surrounding. After that, again I consider here the object whose temperature is T1 and the temperature of the surrounding is T2. Now in this case I consider that T1 is smaller than T2. Means that the temperature of the object is smaller than the surrounding. Then what will happen? If the temperature of the object is smaller, it means that it absorbs most of the radiation. So in this case, the rate of the absorption of the thermal radiation is larger than the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation when the temperature of the object is smaller than the temperature of the surrounding. So in this way, when there is a temperature difference, the heat energy is emitted or it is absorbed by the object depending upon the temperature. After that, if I suppose that here is the object whose temperature is T1 and the surrounding temperature is T2. Now the object and the surrounding, both of these are at the same temperature, means that the temperature of the object and surrounding are equal. Then what will happen? If the two objects are at equal temperature, then there is no transfer of the thermal radiation. Means that no transfer of the thermal radiation takes place when two objects are at the same temperature. There is no thermal radiation emitted or absorbed. So I can simply say that the thermal radiations are emitted or absorbed only when here is the temperature difference, but no thermal radiation is emitted or absorbed when there is equal temperature. You can see here the effect of the temperature on the rate of the emission of radiation. The amount of the radiation that an object emits or absorbs depends on the temperature. There will be more emission of the thermal radiation if the object has higher temperature than the surroundings. Rate of the absorption should be greater than the rate of emission if the temperature of the object is lesser than the surrounding. So if the temperature of the object is smaller than the surrounding, rate of the absorption should be larger. But if the temperature of the object is higher than the surrounding, in this case the large emission will occur as compared to the absorption. If the object receives the thermal energy, it is necessary to remove the same energy away from the object to be at the constant temperature. It means that if the object is at constant temperature, the same amount of energy that is absorbed by the object, it will emit the same amount of energy so that its temperature remains the constant. After that, we will see the effect of the surface color on the emission of the radiation. So first of all, there are different colors such as the black color, white color. We have to see that if I consider here the black color, what happens to the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation. You know that the black color is basically the best absorber and the best emitter of the thermal radiation, because the black color absorbs most of the radiation if its temperature is smaller, and if its temperature is larger, it can emit most of the thermal radiation. That's why in the winter when there is the cold, you are advised to wear the black clothes, because the black absorb most of the radiation so that you cannot feel too much cold. That's why you are advised to wear the black color cloth. You can see here the effect of the color on the thermal radiation. The black color is the good absorber as well as the good emitter of the thermal radiation. For example, wearing the black cloth in the warm weather makes you feel hotter since this color absorbs all the thermal radiation. So black color has the ability that it absorbs most of the thermal radiation. That's why you are advised to wear the black cloth during the cold weather. After that, here is the surface area. What will be the effect by changing the surface area on the rate of emission of the thermal radiation? Larger the surface area, large radiations will be emitted by that surface, means that here will be the large emission of the thermal radiation. If the surface area is smaller, small amount of the radiation will be emitted by the surface and smaller will be the rate of emission of the thermal radiation. You can see here, larger the surface area, greater radiation will be emitted from that surface and large will be the rate of emission of the thermal radiation. So here I can simply say that the rate of the thermal radiation emission from the object can be increased by increasing the temperature, by increasing the surface area and by using the black color. Texture of the surface. So how the texture of the surface affect the amount of the radiation emitted by the body. So first of all, here is the table which is showing that which color is the good absorber, emitter and reflector of the thermal radiation. Different surfaces are shown here: dull black, colored surface, white surface and the shiny surface. First of all, here is a dull black surface. The dull black surface is the best emitter and best absorber of the thermal radiation, while it is the worst reflector of the thermal radiation. It means that the dull black color emits as well as absorb all of the thermal radiation, but it cannot reflect too much the thermal radiation. That's why it is the worst reflector of the thermal radiation. After that, if you considered any colored surface, it is the good emitter and absorber, but it is the bad reflector of the thermal radiation. Means that any colored surface absorb as well as emit most of the radiation, but it cannot reflect too much radiation. That's why it is the bad reflector of the thermal radiation. If you consider the white surface, it is the bad absorber as well as the emitter of the thermal radiation, but it is the good reflector of the thermal radiation. What does this mean? It means that the white color reflects most of the radiation, but it cannot absorb and emit most of the thermal radiation. If you consider the shiny surface is basically the worst emitter and absorber of the thermal radiation, but it is the best reflector of the thermal radiation. It means that the shiny surface can reflect most of the radiation, but it cannot absorb or emit most of the thermal radiation. That's why it is the worst emitter and absorber of the thermal radiation. Here is the exam question that appeared in February-March. Which change will cause or decrease in the rate of radiation emitted by the object? Let's see the answer. Answer A. Change the surface color from white to the black. B. Changing the surface texture from dull to the shiny. C. Increasing the surface temperature. Option D. Increasing the surface area. So which change will decrease the rate of the emission of the radiation by the body? So first of all, in the answer C and D, it's given that increase the surface temperature and the surface area. By increasing the surface area and the surface temperature, the rate of emission will be larger. But here you have to decrease the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation. It means that answer C and D, both of these are incorrect. If you consider the answer A, here you will change the white color to the black one. But you know that the black color is the best absorber and best emission of the radiation. It can absorb as well as emits most of the radiation. So when you replace the white surface with the black surface, the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation increase, it cannot decrease. That's why answer A is also incorrect. Let's consider the answer B, changing the surface texture from dull to the shiny. When you change the dull surface to the shiny surface, the rate of the emission of the thermal radiation can be decreased. That's why the correct answer is B. Let's see the answer and explanation. Correct answer is B. A shiny surface is a good reflector as compared to the dull surface. The rate of the radiation emitted by an object will be less in the shiny surface. That's why the correct answer is B. Let's go back and see the answer B. In the answer B, it's given that change the surface texture from dull to the shiny to decrease the rate of the emission from the body. That's why the correct answer is B. Here is the examination tips. In the question, when surface properties are mentioned, such as the surface temperature, surface area, surface color and the texture of the surface, then probably the mode of transfer of the heat will be the radiation. In the question, if it's mentioned about the properties of the surface, then of course the method of the transfer of the heat energy is basically the radiation. You need to memorize that the shiny surfaces are bad emitter and absorber, while the black surfaces are the good thermal absorber and emitter. The black surface is basically the best absorber as well as the emitter of the thermal radiation. If I suppose that if I suppose that you heat the black surface, then it absorbs most of the radiation. If you cool down the black surface, it emits most of the radiation. That's why the black surface is the good emitter and absorber of the thermal radiation, but the shiny surface are the bad emitter and absorber of the thermal radiation.